For me, food is all about family.
Delicious!
And those special moments when we come together over a mouth-watering meal. This is the kind of pie that says, I love you. I want to share some of my yummy family favourites. Dishes for every kind of day. But like any busy family, no 2 days are ever the same in my house. It smells incredible in here. So I love having a range of quick and easy ideas ready for any occasion. Okay, I'm stuck. Each week, I'm going to share simple and delicious recipes for different kinds of family days, from manic weekdays to wind-down weekends. Yep, I'm gonna add all of it. And I don't feel a pang of guilt. I'll be exploring the everyday ingredients we all have in our cupboards. Oh my God.
It's amazing, isn't it?
To see how to get the best out of them.
Passion fruit. How did I get it? You make that look really easy.
It is easy.
And I'm also going to travel the country meeting inspirational home cooks.
I hope my kids aren't expecting this for tea.
Who go the extra mile to make scrumptious products most of us buy in the shops.
Oh, no.
So, I hope you're hungry. We all have those days when we feel like a treat, and sometimes you just need a delicious meal to hit the spot. But for me, a treat is more than just sweets and cakes. It's all about those recipes that bring me joy. Our family favourites are spinach and paneer katy rolls, comforting chicken and rice bake, and truly decadent syrup sponge balls. But to kick off the day, nothing says treat better than my ham and cheese crown. This is not your everyday breakfast. It's a real indulgence in my house. My ham and cheese crown is like the daddy of sausage rolls. Starting the day off with a treat is well worth the effort, and this one puts a smile on everyone's face. Use 2 packets of ready rolled puff pastry. For this, you've got to find the biggest bit of work surface that you've got, and then literally just join the 2 ends. And then this is like breakfast, as you'd make breakfast. These are all things that you probably have in your fridge. So I'm going to start off with ketchup. Mix 4 tablespoons of ketchup with 1 teaspoon of paprika. So mix that up, and then I'm just going to dollop that all across my pastry. Spread the mixture all over the pastry, leaving a 1 centimetre border around the outside. Next is my ham. So I don't eat ham, but this is a cooked turkey ham that I can eat. There's no reason why I should miss out. I'm going to put all the way across. Feeling like breakfast yet? This is not something that I make every single day, but when I do make it, I make 3. And then I put 2 in the freezer, then I keep 1 for us to eat. It looks huge, right? Like too much to eat. It's never too much to eat. So I'm just using a hard cheese. I've just got grated Gouda. You can use any hard cheese you want. In fact, you could use a soft cheese if you wanted to, but I've got kids, so I've always got blocks of cheese in the fridge all the time. Brush the edges with egg to help seal the pastry. Now it's ready to roll. I've got to work really quickly because this stuff gets soft. You could go wild. You could make so many different versions of this. Goat's cheese, spinach. I'm gonna grab my tray, pop it on, and then just kind of, whoa. Can you see a crown happening? Make sure you pinch the ends together so nothing escapes. I'm gonna cut now, and I'm gonna go all the way down to the bottom, but I'm making sure not to cut all the way across the side. Chop them up so you've got equal segments. But this is the fun bit. So I'm gonna take each little bit and then turn it on its side, and then push it down. Roll it over, push it down. I think because I come from a big family, I always anticipate that somebody will come and somebody will need feeding. And when they don't come, I call them and say, hey, I made a ham and cheese crown, do you fancy coming over? And they'll come. It's fun as well. I mean, don't be afraid. There's very little that's gonna stop it from looking pretty. Already, look at that. How lovely does that look? That egg that I cracked, I'm gonna use that to brush all over. This is when I think it starts to look really pretty. I've got some black sesame seeds. If you don't have black sesame seeds, you can use poppy seeds as well. And then I'm just gonna finish it off with a bit of rock salt.
Bake in the oven at 200 degrees for 30 minutes.
It looks ready. Oh, it smells like breakfast. That's pretty impressive for breakfast. And that is my ham and cheese crown. Breakfast for a king or a queen. My next dish is a joy to make, and the real treat is that it's so simple. And to be honest, anything where there's less mess makes me very happy.
My kids always look forward to this chicken and rice bake. To them, it's a warming treat that just says home. For me, an easy dish with little washing up. Bonus treat.
The first thing I'm gonna do is start with an onion, like all good things do. So I'm gonna chop up my onion nice and fine. And every tray bake needs a tray, of course. And in this one, I've got some clarified butter. I love the smell of clarified butter. If you don't have it or you don't want to use it, you can use butter, you can use olive oil, use whatever you like. Whack my onions in there.
Cook until soft and then add 3 finely chopped cloves of garlic.
I realised the importance of a tray bake when I had a family. It's something about being able to whack everything in one dish, put it in the oven, not really think about it, and know that you can just present something at the end that's wholesome and that's delicious and that didn't take that much work and, most importantly, didn't use up every pan in the house. So I'm just gonna leave the onions and then just get started on my chicken. And I like to keep the skin on my drumsticks because as they bake, they get lovely and crispy on the outside. I love chicken skin.
Coat the chicken with 2 tablespoons of oil so that the spice rub will stick.
And if I'm gonna save on washing, I'm not even gonna take this out of the container. I'm just gonna leave it as it is.
For the spice rub, mix 1 teaspoon each of onion powder, garlic powder, cayenne pepper, and salt.
The reason why I love using powdered spices is because you get that even coating of flavour all across the chicken. I'm gonna take 2 cardamom pods. I love this stuff. Cardamoms have like 2 settings. Like you could add this cardamom and it'd impart this like gentle, flowery flavour. Or you could whack it open and take all those little seeds out and like, and it just really kind of hits you. And I want it to hit me. I'm gonna whack that straight into my onions.
Add 270 grams of basmati rice to the onions, garlic, and cardamom.
I'm gonna add my chicken straight in. So rice is in, chicken's in, hot stock. If you don't have hot stock at home, you can just use boiling water. So the stock is hot. And what that does is it already starts the cooking process. And you don't need that much because all that chicken is gonna release a little bit of moisture and all that flavor is gonna go into that stock.
Cover with foil and bake at 200 degrees for 30 minutes.
Look at that. If you could smell, that clarified butter and the onions and all those spices. Oh my goodness, it's such a good smell. Right, one last thing to finish this off is some frozen peas. By adding them now, just at the last minute, the peas retain their lovely, vibrant green color, and I don't need a side dish. My veg is already in my tray bake. So I'm gonna pop this back in the oven, just enough time to cook the peas and just to get a lovely, crisp, golden top on the chicken. 10 more minutes and dinner will be at the table.
To finish, garnish with a handful of chopped coriander.
We've got chicken, we've got rice, we've got vegetables, but it's in one tray.
And that's a treat for the person doing the washing up. Rice is one ingredient that never runs out in my cupboard. There are many different ways to cook rice, so I want to know which way is best. Food scientist Dr. Stuart Farrimond believes chemistry and physics have all the answers.
Hi, Stuart.
Nadiya, hi. Good to see you.
It's been a while since I've been in the science lab.
Yes, not wanting to intimidate you, but the science lab is probably the best place for looking at the science of rice.
Okay. It gives me a nervous stomachache, but I quite like rice.
Believe it or not, there are thousands of varieties of rice. But according to Stuart, they essentially fall into one of two groups.
The key difference is that the long grain rices, they're firmer when you cook them than the short grain rices, and that's because the starches that are in them. So either sticky starch or firm starch.
So they've all got starch in them, but they're different types of starch.
You've got it, different types of starch.
That means short grain rice is better for risottos, puddings and sticky rice, whereas long grains should hold together as separate grains. So what's the best way to cook it? Stuart has a simple experiment. In each of these pressure cookers is 1 cup of long grain white rice.
And all we're going to vary is the amount of water. This one is equal to the amount of rice. So this is a ratio of 1 to 1.
Okay.
We're also trying 1 to 1 1/4 cups of water, 1 to 1 1/2, and finally double the volume of water to rice.
Why are we doing it in pressure cookers?
So that steam can't escape, so that all that water is going into the rice itself. So we're going to turn them all on at the same time. Then we're going to go manual, and then up to 6.
Next, we wait for the little red button to pop up to show that they're up to temperature.
The red dots are up.
OK, so we turn them all down to 1.
Okay.
Once the rice has cooked for exactly 6 minutes, we carefully let the steam out, then leave to rest for 10 minutes.
Oh, it smells good. Now, one reason why it's good to cook rice in a short amount of time is the shorter time that you cook it for, the less of those flavours escape. So, cook it for a long time, your kitchen smells great, but your rice is bland. Normally, we wouldn't be allowed to eat in the lab, but health and safety said we're allowed to just this once.
Okay, just this once.
See what you think. So this is our 1 rice to 2 water.
It's kind of stuck. There you go, that's the test.
That's the test. That's it. Taste it, see what you think.
Okay. It's not individual, it's kind of like all goes into one mush. So definitely not 1 to 2.
No, this is 1 to 1 1/2.
Let's taste that one. A little bit more individual, but as soon as you put it in your mouth, it kind of just all sticks together.
There you go. This is 1 to 1 1/4.
Okay, there you go, look at that.
That's good.
Oh, good.
That's good rice.
That's good rice.
This is the 1 to 1.
The 1 to 1 in the pressure cooker is perfect.
And most people don't realise that. They think you've got to put loads of water in with your rice, but actually it's only the same amount of water as you have rice.
If you don't have a pressure cooker, top up the water slightly to allow for evaporation.
Now, you can either do this by putting in an extra 1/2 cup, or you can just eyeball it by getting the water to a level so it's about 2 centimetres above the level of the rice.
Stuart is so sure that this method works, we're cooking a variety of grains all at once.
So you've even got brown rice in here. When you can buy a packet of brown rice, it says on the back you have to use a lot more water than you would if you were cooking white rice. So you're telling me that the brown rice will cook just like the white rice mixed up?
Absolutely, it'll taste a bit different. It has a firmer texture to it and it tastes a bit more nutty, but essentially, yes.
Bring the rice to a boil, then simmer until the water has almost gone. Put on the lid and cook for 10 more minutes. Finally, take it off the heat and allow to rest for a further 10 minutes.
That looks great. You can see those individual grains of rice. It's not mushy.
Holding breath.
Definitely cooked. See, I've been cooking rice like this for years, and my mum does it the same way, and so does my grandma. So the fact that my method works, and now I've got scientific backing, means that I can say, hey, hold on, I know it works.
And even a simple science guy who isn't a chef can produce good rice.
Exactly. It's not that complicated.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. One of the many things I love about Bangladesh is the street food, and katy rolls are a real treat.
Katy rolls are traditionally made with flatbread and filled with spicy grilled meats. But we love them with spinach and paneer. Delicious. Start with 2 eggs seasoned with a pinch of salt.
Just give them a whisk, and it's really important to do them on a really flat plate, so you've got lots of room.
Coat the tortillas in the egg mixture.
And this is like any eggy bread, you know, the longer you leave it in the egg, the kind of gooier it becomes. So while I leave my tortillas to absorb all that egginess, I'm going to make my filling.
Cut a block of paneer into 1 centimetre cubes.
And if you want to make a really good spinach and paneer, don't forget this bit. This is so important, to fry the cheese off. If you can't find paneer, you could use chopped up halloumi as an alternative. So I'm going to leave that to fry for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to get started on my spinach.
Pop 150 grams of spinach in a blender with 150 ml of water. Then blitz.
That's it. So I'm just going to put them on a plate to drain.
Turn the heat down and add 4 cloves of finely chopped garlic.
So I've whacked the garlic in the same pan. No need to use 2 pans. Anywhere where I can save up on washing up, I'm a happy girl. Whenever you buy street food in Bangladesh, there's no such thing as one person doing everything. There's a guy with the samosas, there's a guy with the pakoras, there's a guy with the katy rolls. And so everyone is really good at what they do, so you know when you go pick up a katy roll, you know it's going to be the best.
For depth of flavour, add 1 teaspoon of cumin seeds and ½ teaspoon of chili flakes. And pour in the spinach.
Straight in. Look at the colour on that. Just going to season it. So I can see already it's reducing really quickly. It does not take long at all.
Stir the paneer into the spinach. Leave to simmer, and now it's time to fry the tortilla.
My tortilla has soaked up all that egg. That's going to be yummy.
Cook the tortillas until golden.
The first one is always for me. There you go. Check this out. And that's what I love about a katy roll. You got gooey and crispy and soft all at the same time. I'm going to take that out quickly. Now for the paneer. Look at that. You're going to eat these while they're really hot. Crispy, eggy tortilla with cubes of creamy paneer coated in that gorgeous garlicky spinach. You see, fast food can also be a bit of a treat.
Spinach and paneer katy rolls. Simple, delicious, and a treat any time of day. When I'm making a sweet treat, one ingredient that gives an instant sugar hit and great flavour is honey. There are so many jars on the supermarket shelves, but in the UK, more and more people are now keeping their own bees.
So why do they go the extra mile? What do they know that the rest of us don't?
Robert Nemeth thinks his honey is something special. He has been keeping bees for 4 years and he's promised to give me a taste.
Hi, Robert.
Hi, Nadia. Hi.
Right, so what are we doing? Are we taking this lid off?
Yeah, we're going to take the lid off and I'm going to show you your first peek inside a beehive.
OK, go on.
And you don't seem too nervous so
No,
far.
I don't feel nervous. I don't feel nervous. My son hates it when people are afraid of bees. He says, do you realise that if we didn't have bees, we'd all be dead? So he gets really angry if anyone is afraid of bees.
So this is where the bees store their honey.
Right.
So each one of these is called a frame, and they lift out.
There's so many. Oh, but I see honey, something shining. Oh, my God, look at that. That is crammed. Just for somebody like me who does not know how honey gets in there, how do we get honey in there?
OK, so bees are really bringing in two different things, pollen and nectar.
Right.
Pollen pretty much stays in its original form. They store it as pollen, but the nectar gets chewed up by the bees, turned into honey.
And this is one of the reasons why raw, unfiltered honey, like Robert's, is a very different product to what's generally sold in the supermarket. Commercially processed honey can be heated to high temperatures and filtered or pasteurized, which extends shelf life, but removes pollen. It's often diluted with water and high fructose corn syrup to make it go further. This not only alters the health benefits, but also the flavors. I use supermarket honey in my baking, but I want to see if raw honey actually tastes any different.
Can we taste this?
Yeah, just go straight in, right in the middle.
But I don't want to break it. It's so pretty.
They'll fix it.
So that when we put it back in, they'll fix it.
Yeah, within a day or so, they'll have it fixed.
Oh! Ooh! 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 I didn't expect that to happen. Wow!
Is it good?
That's delicious.
Good.
I've not tasted anything like that before.
Oh, I'm so pleased you said that.
Oh, my goodness. I have to say, I'm not a big honey eater. When I buy it from the supermarket, it's got a weird smell. That doesn't smell.
Oh, this is so different
That
to
does not
supermarket
smell.
honey.
It doesn't taste like the stuff out of a jar, and it's warm in the sun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not pasteurised. This is exactly as the bees make it.
Delicious enough to eat straight from the hive, raw honey is too expensive to be used in cakes. But Robert's friend Jane Keehan thinks we should definitely use it more in the kitchen.
So do you always drink your green tea with honey?
I do. I find it's really quite a bitter tea, and I know it's good for us, so I just figure if it add a little bit of honey, it just gives it a nice sweetness.
And this is Robert's?
This is Robert's honey, yeah. So green tea's great because it's not too hot. I think you still get that taste coming through, but try it, see.
You can taste the green tea, but you can still taste the honey?
Yeah, it's got a real distinct flavour, hasn't it? It's lovely.
So what else would you eat this honey with?
Well, I think it's really good with cheese, particularly goat's cheese.
I like it with the goat's cheese. I've never had honey and cheese before. See, a lot of us would have honey with our porridge for breakfast. To me, honey is a breakfast thing.
Yeah.
How do you like to eat your honey?
One of our sort of family favourites is to poach eggs and put them on smashed avocado toast. And a little twist is I would put a little bit of harissa paste on the toast. It's that mixture of flavours, really, that when you drizzle the honey on top, they really complement each other.
I have to say, I've heard many a combination, but I've never heard that one. I'm glad I'm not alone in this, because you've not tried poached eggs and honey before.
I haven't, but I love all of the ingredients. Eggs, this sort of sourdough bread, avocado, the chilli. I'm going to love it.
My mind is open. I am ready to be convinced. Good with the harissa. Like the spice of the harissa, the creaminess of the avocado, the egg yolk. That was good.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think you were going to say that, but...
See, if I'm going to spend the money and buy honey this good, I'm going to put it on my poached eggs. It's going nowhere near a cake. No way.
But if you don't have honey in your cupboard, I've got another treat that is sticky, spongy and yummy. A really indulgent pud that my kids love. For maximum flavour, start by crushing the seeds of 4 cardamom pods.
You can get ground cardamom in packets, but they are nowhere near as good as the real stuff.
You only need the seeds, so remove the hard husk.
This is going to give my sponge that lovely, fragrant smell. How can something so small pack a punch? That is such a tiny, almost insignificant amount. I promise you that is not insignificant.
Add the cardamom seeds to 110 grams of plain flour, half a teaspoon each of bicarbonate of soda and baking powder.
Then I'm going to add 225 grams of milk powder. It makes the sponge rich and creamy. Have you ever walked past and seen these Indian sweets and they're like kind of in trays, angled and loads of beautiful colours, and then gone in and bought a few and eaten it and realised that you're going to lose all your teeth because they're so sweet? Well, like, I love that sweet hit sometimes. I don't love it all the time. Imagine having that every day. I wouldn't have that every day. But sometimes you just need that sweet hit. So that's my dry ingredients mixed up. Now for my wet ingredients. I've got 250 grams of whole milk, and then 25 grams of melted butter, and I need 1 egg yolk.
Mix and add to the dry ingredients.
And at the moment, it looks nothing like a sponge at all. So I need to leave this now for about 30, 40 minutes just to help the batter just to thicken up so it's strong enough so I can make little balls. And now I'm going to make the syrup to go with the sponge.
Heat 440 grams of caster sugar with 400 ml of water and add just a pinch of saffron.
And this is where it's already different. I've got saffron in my syrup, I've got cardamom in my sponge, like already flavors are happening.
Boil the syrup mix until the sugar has dissolved.
Right now, it doesn't look like a syrup. I want all of that liquid to kind of be soaked up by the sponge. And if it's thick and treacly, it's not going to do any soaking. So I want it to be sugary water. That's what I want. Look, and there's no granules left.
Now let's get the balls rolling.
So this is the fun bit. I love making the sponge balls.
Moisten your hands with a little oil and roll the mixture into walnut-sized balls.
You don't want too many cracks in the dough, because if you've got cracks, that's where when you fry it, it'll just kind of burst open. So just give it a good squeeze and then just pop them down onto your tray. And then just keep doing that till you've finished them all. This is quite a relaxing thing to do. Really good one for the kids.
The sponges are shallow fried in hot oil.
And these burn really quickly, so you've got to be really careful. Keep an eye on your oil. Don't make it really hot, just hot enough to start frying gently. Yeah, there you go, look, bubbles. Little bubbles.
Fry the balls for 2 to 3 minutes on each side until they are a lovely dark golden colour.
Yes. That's what you want, lovely and golden, and just push them down, just a little push. Oh. Normally when they make these at the Indian shops, they deep fry them so they're around, all over golden. But these, I love these because, check this out, this is my favourite bit, that bit. It's like a little donut.
Place into a dish, making sure they don't overlap, and douse in the luxurious saffron syrup.
Pour that all over. So all I'm going to do is leave these for 2 hours to absorb all that saffron syrup. And then just to finish them off, I like to grate some orange zest on top and some crushed pistachios. I mean, if that's not a treat, I don't know what is. Good girl, Leah.
Oh, well done.
One. Oh, wow. You like the more golden bits? Oh, it's nice. This is really good.
Small things can turn an ordinary day into a really special day. So go on, treat yourself.